You're a race car NASCAR. It's 24 races, 50 drivers and 2 divisions. The elite for the pros and the semi-pros, the open for the young guns and gentlemen. Since 2012, it opens the door to NASCAR in the USA. Hello everybody and welcome to Brands Hatch for the third round of the 2013 RaceCar NASCAR Touring Series. And today we kick off with the first elite race of the weekend. And this time it's Frédéric Gabillon on pole in 48.390 seconds, followed by Ander Villarino, Freddie Nordstrom and Javier Villa. Frenchman Gabillon hits the front at the start from Villarino and Nordstrom. And just look at Romain Ionetta's start from 9th place as he gets around 4 cars on the outside in Druids to take 5th. And at the end of lap 1, it's still Gabillon, Villarino and Nordstrom in the first 3 places. Behind, Luke Wright has a big spin at number 18. He goes sideways after tagging his teammate, Italian Nicolo Rocca. But nothing more than a big scare for Wright, who restarts without losing too much time. We see what happened and admire the skills of the young Brit who flicks his car round in the right direction. Lap 9, and there's a ding-dong battle going on for 4th place between Javier Villa and Romain Ionetta, and number 2 shoots past the Spaniard in the Druids hairpin, a great place to overtake on this tight circuit. Zimmer in number 64 immediately ups the pressure on Villa. In the pack, Anthony Gandon is battling with Stuart Goff and old hand Willy Bucena. The 2009 RaceCar champion slices past Goff on the inside and snatches 10th. Lap 13, and out comes the safety car because of debris on the track. This will close up the gaps at the front for the top 5, consisting of Gabillon, Villarino, Nordstrom, Ionetta and Villa. On the restart, the driver in the blue car, number 5, holds on to his lead over Villarino, while Romain Ionetta gets past Freddie Nordstrom on the inside in corner 1. Now we're on board with Jan Zimmer, who overtakes Javier Villa in his Chevrolet SS after making a good start. The safety car's back out again, and Gabillon will have to look out for an increasingly threatening Villarino and Ionetta. The race restarts in double file, and an all-fired-up Ionetta passes Villarino. The reigning champions now in 3rd place under threat from Zimmer and Wright. And here we are on board the British driver's car. Freddie Gabillon in his blue car still leads Ionetta in the fluorescent yellow machine and Villarino. The top 3 are gradually leaving the rest of the field behind. We're on board Ionetta's car as he tries to outbrake Gabillon, but it doesn't work for the Frenchman, whose axle locks up under braking and he punts the unlucky Gabillon sideways. A lucky break for Villarino, who takes the lead. Gabillon's got going again with the knife between his teeth, and he's doing his utmost to make it back to the front. He shoots past Zimmer under braking for corner number 3. Last lap with Villarino on course for his 5th victory in 5 races this season. Ionetta is still 2nd from the 2 Rapido Racing by still drivers, with Nordstrom leading Gabillon. The current RaceCar NASCAR champion in his number 2 Chevrolet Camaro took full advantage of race incidents to grab the lead. And so the Spaniard strolls home to victory from Nordstrom, First Junior and Gabillon. Ionetta finally finishes in 17th spot after being hit with a 30-second penalty for nudging Gabillon. Guillaume Rousseau is the first challenger in 10th place. We can see that Gabio isn't very happy, and he gives Iannetta a tap on the rear, as Villarino, who doesn't look all that satisfied, as he is congratulated by his team. And we're back at Brands Hatch for the second elite race in the American Speed Feast, with Villarino on pole in 49.148 seconds, his fastest lap in race 1. He gets away from Gabion, Nordstrom, Villa and Iannetta. Villarino is on the inside in number 2 alongside Gabion, the blue number 5. They make the best start, while behind Nordstrom comes under pressure from Villa in the famous Paddock Hill Bend. All 22 cars get through without problems, a miracle in itself. And behind, Russo in number 13 gets it sideways and clashes with Willy Busena. It's a big blow for Russo, who injures his right wrist slightly in the incident. Up front, no such problems for Villarino and Gabion, while Iannetta is doing all he can to grab fourth from Villa. Luke Wright at number 18 tags Roman Iannetta, and Zimmer takes advantage of this to nip through into 6th. And now we enjoy a full lap of the Brands Hatch Indy circuit with Swiss driver Jan Zimmer, who shows you just how tight and just how challenging this little track is. After 7 laps, Villarino is still in front from Gabion Nordstrom, while Iannetta in number 28 keeps up the pressure on Javier Villa in the yellow number 9. Nicola Rocca in number 19 passes Bruno Cousin in number 55 in corner 1. The Frenchman's well on his way to winning the Challenger Trophy for the first time this season. There are battles going on all through the field in the RaceCar NASCAR series. Andres Fjordbak from Denmark in number 15 is under threat from Anthony Gandon for 11th place. The Frenchman finally gets through on the inside in the Druids hairpin after a good passing move in his number 7 Camaro. The leading elite drivers have to cut a swathe through the pack to overtake the tail-enders. The result is a collision between Iannetta in 5th place and Hugo Beck. The Frenchman loses his bumper in the incident, and it's stuck under the rear end of number 8. Iannetta is having problems after the loss of his front bumper, and he has to fend off the attacks of Jan Zimmer at the end of the straight. But he can't keep the Swiss behind, who gets through on the inside of Druids to take 5th. The two racing club partner Toyota Camrys are locked in battle as Javier Villa laps them. The Spaniard gets caught out and hits number 20, driven by American Kevin O'Connell. Ever the opportunist, Zimmer sneaks through into 4th. Last lap, Villarino increases his victory tally to 6th this season after another unchallenged run. He takes the flag in front of Gabion Nordstrom, first junior. Jan Zimmer and Javier Villa round out the top 5. First challenger is Bruno Cousin, who comes home in 11th place. Gabion congratulates the winner, whose 6 consecutive victories is a record in the NASCAR Touring Series.
And the Spaniard receives your applause. What a fantastic race victory.
And this win has been a true win. Yesterday's win was a lot of luck. Fred deserved that win yesterday. I want to say thanks to all the TFT Banco Santander team. This is our 6th win of the season, man. This is unbelievable. I couldn't dream about the start of the season like this. And this way we can go to Tour, which is going to be a lottery, much calmer, and we will do a race, a strategy race, not a race doing, giving everything we can. And this is going to be, for us, a calmer race.
In the championship, Villarino now leads Jan Zimmer, first junior, by 44 points and Freddie Nordstrom by 45. Challenger Trophy leader Guillaume Rousseau is 7th overall. Since 2011, the RaceCar NASCAR has visited Brands Hatch Circuit in Great Britain. Given the success of these races, the circuit owner, Motorsport Vision, decided to put on a major event for the RaceCar NASCAR, a weekend entirely dedicated to the United States, with the official NASCAR series topping the bill. And the English fans love it, as they flock to the Kent circuit in large numbers to cheer on the drivers and teams. It's always nice to see so many people, even if the sun didn't come out. I think they won't have come for nothing. We're going to put on a show all day. It makes a big impression to see so many people. It's obvious that the Brits love motor racing. Seeing such a big crowd gets the adrenaline running. You know you're going to start with all these eyes focused on you, and that makes a big impact. This is one of the reasons why I've come to race in RaceCar NASCAR. I really like discovering new circuits, and being in the Blue Ribbon event here is the cherry on the cake. The organisers have done a great job for the weekend. There are a lot of people, a lot of activities for the spectators in addition to the races. Great. There's a real sporting challenge. The cars are lovely and everybody gets something out of it. No worries at the moment. Everybody's happy. I'm a gentleman driver and I'm surrounded by thousands of fans, so I'm delighted.
It's nice, no? The thing that the people can enter to the grid and can feel in the cars, the race a little bit more close than when you are in the grandstand, no? So I hope that they enjoy and enjoy more when we start the race and during.
We're all enthusiasts, them as much as us, so we share the same thing. It's great for us to speak to them about what we do and for them to see it from the inside. Fantastic.
It's good. These English people seem so passionate. It's good to meet a lot of people, and I think they're going to love the racing today.
I mean, I've only seen crowds like this in the British touring cars, so in American Speed Fest, it's amazing.
The Brands Hatch meeting gives pride of place to the United States and addresses not only fans of motorsport. The RaceCar NASCAR series is a meeting for the whole family, parents and children. Everybody is satisfied with the show and the ambience. It's great to see the people's enthusiasm for our series and racing in general. We know that England is the country of the motor car, and we've seen just how many fans have turned up. The kids all have a big smile on their faces. They're thrilled to bits. It really gives you a great feeling. The Brands Hatch Indy Circuit is the theatre of this meeting. It's a short 1.9 kilometre track that's very tricky but always gives rise to very close races in the true NASCAR style. Guillaume Rousseau has his first outing at Brands Hatch. I know this circuit from video game like many youngsters. In real life it's very different. There aren't many technical aspects. Next year I think I'll be stronger, as there are a lot of little tricks I haven't really come to grips with, in particular at the end of the straight, but it'll come. The American Speed Fest also gave spectators the opportunity to discover famous cars seen in the American TV series and movies, K2000, Back to the Future or the Dukes of Hazzard, as well as cars from the USA like the sprint cars or those racing in the NASCAR Sprint Cup. 3 RaceCar NASCAR drivers have already competed in the United States and can compare the American Speed Fest to what they saw on the other side of the Atlantic.
We've raced in Mexico City, Montreal, places in the United States. This is a great crowd. And I think the fans are going to love the aggressive, hard-nosed racing that NASCAR road course racing brings. I mean, it doesn't get any wilder than these kind of races.
I think it's even better than in the Unibattle at the beach. It's like if we were in the nationwide race or something like this. It's amazing. If the view from here until the end of the grid, it's amazing. It's plenty of people. A lot of people have come here today to see our races, and this is great. You know, this American Speed Fest here for the Euro RaceCar NASCAR races is amazing.
It's as successful as what's done in the USA. It's great for everybody, the drivers, the spectators, and the teams.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, this is my first interaction with European race fans, and they love cars. I think NASCAR is a great application for the whole, you know, car enthusiast type thing, but the fans have been super nice, and it's been fantastic.
It was a real popular success that attracted tens of thousands of spectators. To remain in this exceptional ambience, rendezvous on the Tour Speedway Oval on the weekend of 6-7 July. And the Euro RaceCar NASCAR weekend isn't over yet. Let's get back to racing with the open category, and on pole is Josh Burden with a lap in 49.083 seconds, followed by Anthony Gandon, Julien Goupy and Guillaume Rousseau. Burden, the championship leader and number 18, makes the best start from Gandon and Goupy, while Rousseau is nudged by Vincent Gonneau and spins. On board with Rousseau, we see what happened from the inside. Rousseau gets the thump on the right-hand rear and goes through the gravel trap. He rejoins in last place. Lap 2, and Eric Quintal is a big off in the same corner in the number 2 Chevrolet Camaro. He slams into the wall and it's game over for him. Out comes the safety car and the positions tighten up. On the restart, Burden defends his place from Gandon while Rousseau begins to fight his way up through the field. He passes Jacques Godin and Philippe Baudinière on the outside of turn 1. He then slices past Stuart Liddell and Joseph Cozella. The Frenchman's really got the bit between his teeth. At the end of the lap, he passes Christophe de Fierlot in number 46 on the outside. And now we're on board in Enzo Pasto's car just behind Goupy and Gandon. The Philippine in number 3 tries to go round Goupy on the outside in the Druid's hairpin, and he pulls it off. Rousseau continues his comeback and passes Frank Violas. Goupy in number 44 takes advantage of a small mistake by Pastor in corner 1. The Philippine driver goes too wide and loses 2 places to Goupy and Gonneau. Behind, Didier Beck slides into the gravel trap, and out comes the safety car for the second time. Restart with Burden in number 18, pursued by Gandon and Goupy side by side in the first corner. Gandon in number 7 holds on to his second place. On lap 24, Gabaron, Volpato and Rousseau are at it hammer and tongs for 7. The Italian goes wide and loses a place. Australian Josh Burden wins the first open race of the weekend by a mere 1.144 seconds from Anthony Gandon, who put pressure on him throughout the race. Jérôme Laurent, first legend, is 7 from Violas, the first gentleman, and winner of the Stand 21 prize for the best fight back. A happy Aussie is flanked by Gandon and Goupy on the podium. For the second open race of the British round, Josh Burden is on pole again after setting the fastest lap in the first race. Burden starts in front of Gandon, Gonneau, Goupy and Rousseau. Brit Ian Goff, making his first championship appearance, is 6th. Once again, the Australian gets the drop on his rivals and takes the lead from Gandon, Gonneau and Goupy, who immediately comes under threat from Rousseau in the green, yellow and white number 13. End of lap 1, and it's Burden in front from Gandon and Gonneau, with Rousseau in 4th ahead of Goupy, Pastor, Goff and Volpato. Once again, a big crowd is present to follow the spectacle of the young chargers at it hammer and tongs in the Euro RaceCar NASCAR event. On lap 2, the battle rages for 5th place, and Enzo Pastor gets past Goupy, while Gabaron in the blue number 5 has to keep a close eye on Ian Goff. Eric Quintal tags another car on the exit from corner number 3, a weekend to forget for Ander Villarino's teammate. No worries up front for Burden, while Gonneau comes under siege from Rousseau for 3rd place. The driver in number 13, who injured his wrist slightly in his accident in the elite event, is calling on all his courage and matches Gonneau's pace. Out comes the safety car again after Vernet in number 22 and Laurent in number 55 rub door handles, and Laurent spins off onto the grass. On the restart, Gandon has to deploy all his skills to hold off Gonneau on the inside. Pastor and Gonneau tag each other, but without consequences. The driver in number 15 is still 3rd in front of Rousseau and Pastor. Gonneau in 3rd is under threat from Guillaume Rousseau, and number 13 gets through on the inside in Druids. This puts the Frenchman's Ford Mustang in the potential top 3. Burden is still in front, but Gandon is getting closer and closer. The Frenchman is doing all he can to get past his direct rival in the championship. Okay, rub shoulders going into Paddock Bend, and now as they rush up to the Druids hairpin, is Gandon going to have another go at him? Yes, he gets closer under braking, and as the cars leave Druids and head down to Clearways, they are side by side. And it looks like Burden has problems with his car. The championship leader slows, and number 18 has to retire with a technical problem. It's a huge disappointment for the Scorpus Racing driver, who's led for the whole race. Rousseau takes advantage to grab 2nd spot. And so it's the last time round for everybody. Joaquin Gabaron holds off Gabriele Volpato and Kevin O'Connell to win the Gentleman's Trophy. Up at the front, Anthony Gandon heads on to his 2nd victory of the season, and he shoots past Léonard Vernet in number 22, winner of the Legend category. And it's the final stretch for Gandon, who celebrates in style. It's a good win for the TFT driver, as in the overall classification he's reduced Burden's lead to 19 points. Local lad Ian Goff sees the flag in 4th place and is obviously very happy with his performance. Gandon explodes with joy and wins from the injured Rousseau and Julien Goupy, who was 12th behind Burden and the winner, before fighting back to a top 3 finish.
Can we ask all of the drivers, please, to head on to the top step of the podium as well for a photograph opportunity for...
Gabaron still leads the Gentleman's Trophy, while Laurent is in front in the Legends Trophy. Josh and I made the break quickly, and as the laps passed, I managed to pull him in, and I saw he was starting to slow. The car began to smoke in every corner, and I think that in the end he had a problem, and it's a pity as he retired. I'd have liked to finish on level pegging with him, as it's always nice to race against Josh. Next up, the Tour Speedway Oval on 6th, 7th of July. Be there!